So I have 2 offsprings.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. I was like, you guys have one each. Like, you took yours from someone else.
Yeah, I had Jaden. She's 6. I had her when I was 17. And, yeah, it's crazy because it kind of just happened really suddenly. Like, I was, as we talked about earlier, I was doing the whole graffiti thing. And my focus at the time was just, I don't know, getting street famous. I really wanted to make it into
A big tagging crew?
Yeah, I really wanted to. So I was going out a lot at night, tagging and hitting up. And I was trying to get my letters good. And then I got pregnant. And then my world pretty much changed from there.
Were you like super depressed when you got pregnant, or were you just like, I gotta take on my responsibility?
It was a very roller coaster thing because first I didn't expect to get pregnant. Second of all, I mean, who wants to get pregnant in high school? Yeah. You know, like, you don't have anything together. You don't know what you want from life yet. Much less you don't know what kind of parent you're gonna be. You know, obviously you want to be in a relationship when you're having a kid. That wasn't my case. So having to cope with all that was just like, was everything that wasn't on my mind, you know, so I was forced to have to deal with it. And then, so then when I was like 4 or 5 months pregnant, then I realized, I went to the doctor and then they had an ultrasound and they told me that Jaden was going to have a lot of like abnormalities and stuff. And I remember crying so much because I couldn't believe it, you know, and they were like, yeah, this happens in every 1 in 9,000 kids. And it ended up having to be that me and him had this gene. And if both of the parents have that gene and that gene goes together, then it's just like a bad mix, you know? Yeah. And then, yeah, having her and all that was just its own journey. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know only a portion of it.
Yeah.
Only a portion.
That should be a good podcast for you. Just cat stories.
That's what we can talk about right now.
I mean, to share as much as whatever.
Yeah, as much as whatever. But I find that crazy because it's like your first try at anything. It's always hard, but it's like your first shot at being a mother was like hard plus whatever the hell is more than hard. Mm-hmm. It's like hospital every day. You probably have to. What's the longest time you had to like spend in a hospital? Just like sleeping there every day because Jaden was there.
So from the moment Jaden was born, she got hospitalized and she didn't get out until she was like 3 months. Exactly 3 months, actually. And then we left, and then when we were out for like maybe 2 months, then we ended up having to get back in, and from there we stayed in pretty much like the whole year, I would say. Yeah. Because and then maybe when she was like a year and a half, she ended up getting a trach. Which is something that people use when they breathe when they can't breathe. I don't know if you guys have seen smokers and they have that breathing tube, so that's what a trach is.
Which will eventually get closed, or doctors don't know about that?
They said that it was going to get closed when she was like 5, and then they said 7, and then now they're saying, we don't know, we'll see. So it kind of all depends on how she does, because she wears a purple thing that kind of blocks it so that she can breathe from her nose. And so if that works out, then...
I wanted to ask you, because one time I was listening to a podcast, the Liturgist podcast. If you guys are into like really like spiritual talk and all that stuff, go to the Liturgist podcast. They're awesome. But there were, I think on one episode, they had like a little segment where this mom, she was like talking about her experience of having a baby. I think they had like Down syndrome or something like that. And that she was at the beach one day, and these Christian people with really good intentions came, but they wanted to pray for her kid. And she was like, why do you have to pray for my kid? What's wrong with my kid? Yeah. Do you have like that same thing? Like, what's wrong with Jaden? Like, she's like, I understand it's not normal, but it's like, I'm fine with who she is. Like,
for me, it's more pity parties. Yeah. You know, people being like, oh, poor her, you know, like, poor baby. Or like, I've had a lot of people be like, oh, what's wrong with her? Oh, I feel so sorry for her. I'm like, why do you feel sorry for her? Yeah. You know, like it's not like I feel that way for her, and I don't want her to feel that way about herself, you know, because in her situation, I feel like she's very lucky, not just because she's made it through it, but because I feel like she's in a very good place in her life, you know?
I mean, I've said it countless times. She's probably the strongest person I know.
Yeah.
Bro, from a baby till now, she's just fighting a whole bunch of shit. And it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, and for those who are listening, her biggest battle in her life has kind of been her lung problems, because her lungs don't clear out the way ours do. So she has to get breathing treatments all the time to be able to clear her lungs out, and for them to be able to keep working, I guess, to not be like irritated and stuff.
You know,
So.
quick thing. Like, you know, there's the people that feel bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know, you see like a 18-year-old mom with a kid that doesn't know what she's doing.
But
Like
I
that-
feel like that's not the case for me.
But I
you
mean,
know?
but I feel like, you know, someone who doesn't know your picture, your story at all, they're gonna see you with thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? You see like two people that are like 40, you know, with that kid, you're gonna be like, oh, she's set.
Mm-hmm.
She has a house, you know, in pictures she has a house, all this stuff. You can tell, you know. You see a girl, you know, probably, you know, getting the minimal on, you know, welfare, little baby coupons, WIC. You know what I mean? I have pictures that touches people's hearts. You know what I mean? I feel like that's someone like, hey, like, fuck, this is a hard situation. You know?
I can understand.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what I feel like they would come from. You know, you see it like, man, I feel bad for her. You know, she shouldn't be in this situation. You know, someone who's 40 has a partner that can probably work full time, and then they could be with the daughter full time too. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I mean?
can
So
see
it's
that.
a whole different.
I think it's just an
Dang.
automatic response for people.
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
know?
just like when you're doing something and you don't feel like you need help, and someone's like, "Hey, do you need help?" You're like, "Shut the fuck up! I don't need help, okay? I got this on my own." I think it's just that, which people just gotta understand that you know your own situation more than they know your situation. You know how to take care of her when she's like really ill,
Yeah.
compared to someone else. I mean, for God's sakes, when you were younger, she had like a part of her chest that was super inflated, and you went to the doctors on Muni.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not from San Francisco, which I'm pretty sure my podcast is
so
international,
at the
that's a
time-
bus.
At the time when she was a really baby, I graduated high school when she was intubated, when she was like, she had a tube down her throat because it was keeping her alive. So after my graduation, I went straight to the hospital back to where she was. So it was a very hard time because, you know, I was a senior and I didn't have a car. So, you know, going back to school and then going there.
I got a
So
funny
it's a
story for Cat's graduation. We'll get back to that. It's a funny story. And I think you're gonna like it, guys.
Yeah, he was there for that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's crazy how far we have come. She's 6 years old now, and like, yeah.
I know. I loved it when she turned 5, because she's always just like, "I'm fine." You know, she
Yeah.
points at herself. And
Yeah.
you know what's funny, that Jaden, she obviously she can't like pronunciate her words, but you could tell with the rhythm, like when she comes to like,
Like,
and it's
yeah.
like, "Oh, you're saying you're 5. I am your 5."
Yeah, the
It's
fluctuation,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, she was singing songs with me like today, and I was like, "What song are you singing?" And she just shuts up right after that.
Yeah,
She's
she's
like,
like,
She's saying that one song for the longest.
Cold enough to chill my
I don't know, not that much.
Feels like I don't know you anymore. Yeah, she really likes music a lot.
yeah,
She doesn't like rock though.